Hello racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Saturday, August the 10th races at Hastings Racehorse. We do have 7 races on tap on the Saturday program.
Should be another beautiful weekend at Hastings, and speaking of beautiful weekends, last Monday, BC Cup Day was a great day of racing. On Friday night's card, we showed you the
2-year-old races.
The 2-year-old races, that's right. And today we're going to go into the 3-year-old races. The first one we have up is the Stellars J for 3-year-old BC bred boys.
There we go, we'll pick it up at the gate.
Horse to keep an eye on here is the 3, Go for Guinness. In the George Gilbert Silks, the
Great
blue.
for George Gilbert.
Yep.
That was cool.
A homebred of George Gilbert's.
Yeah, Gilbert's have been long-time supporters, and veteran Hall of Famer Dave Forster trainer. And Frank gave this horse a nice ride. He was sitting in it, or Amadeo
Perez, yeah.
Gave this horse a nice ride just in behind the speed.
Yeah, SR Rocket Man got out there, and he said pretty quick fractions. I was actually concerned that Go for Guinness was a little too close to these fractions, as they come by us here for the first time.
22 and 3, that's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid going mile
24,
16.
the balance of them, you know.
Yeah.
It's not brutal.
But Go for Guinness kind of starts to get up to, kind of moves up closer to SR Rocket Man. He's got Ruby's Victory on his outside, one of the favorites in the race. The 10 horse, actually he ended up going off at 7-1. Another horse to keep an eye on here is the 9 Mark, who came from mid-pack. And of course Mario Gutierrez on tracker. This was not a Kentucky Derby type ride for Mario.
Unfortunately, he's trying to save ground on the inside.
Yeah, he got himself in a bad spot.
Go for Guinness makes the lead here, and the trouble happens for the 6-horse tracker who ends up following the 4 SR Rocket Man, who's backing out noticeably. But the whole complexion changes here, and Go for Guinness was a lot of horse though. This horse went 11 and change, and Amadeo hadn't even pushed the go button yet.
As you can see now, when Amadeo does ask him, he starts to really open up. He's full of horse. He ends up finishing in 1:43.1, which is a very quick time for a 3-year-old. You can see he just runs off and hides from these horses. Ends up winning by 6.5.
Yeah, an easy win.
There was 2 races on the day I felt were super impressive. This one, and of course the 2-year-old and All That It Means, were 2 of the more impressive winners on BC Cup Day. Go for Guinness now putting himself into the BC Cup Derby picture with a performance like that.
Yeah, no, he was much the best. It was an easy win for Go for Guinness. No matter what trouble anyone else had known was beating Go for Guinness, and congratulations to the Gilberts.
And good for Mark, horse of Jim Sentes.
No, they were delighted.
They were very happy, yeah.
Jim and Linda Sentes, they've been in the business for a long time. They're part owners of Mark, and that was a big performance from him, getting up to be second. Yeah,
at healthy odds under Aaron Greider.
And the fillies.
Now we're going to go on to, this is the one that the fans came out to see, Mario Gutierrez aboard Tempered Steel, the 7-horse, in here.
There they go, they're going.
There was a decent pace in here.
Yeah, Kiri's Gal just darts off for the lead here like she usually does. And Willamette's going to take the trip in second, and Touching Promise, who hadn't run in about 5 or 6 weeks, sits in third, but Kiri's Gal was running off here.
She did end up third, Touching Promise, and that time off maybe wasn't ideal. She was in once and had to
She'll
scratch.
She'll be dangerous next time. She's the one to watch.
Yeah, I think so too. But Kiri's Gal is absolutely... would have won by open lengths had they were only going
3.5. Looking good going to 3.5.
Really good. But setting blistering fractions, ends up going in 45-3. And that's just too much.
Mario's on Tempered Steel, just sitting in the second or the third flight of horses. He's sitting very comfortably on the outside, and currently sitting at 4th, actually.
Yeah,
went off as a favorite at 8-5, which is a bit of a surprise.
But they were betting Mario all day when
yes,
they watched these horses. The fans, I'm sure Mario did contribute to that large handle we had, as a lot of the fans out were betting on our hometown hero Mario. Very good for trainer Spud O'Connell.
Yeah, Ryan's been in the business, of course, the son of Sonny O'Connell.
And his wife, Joanne Todd, has worked at the track her whole life. They own this horse together with Night and Day Management, and congrats to them. She did win a BC Cup Day
Here she comes
last
third
year.
now. She's third on the outside coming, and these 2 on the lead have been a little tired. They had to put away Kiri's Gal. They went 11 and change, and but here comes Tempered Steel, out 3 deep and running by a very good Willamette and Touching Promise. And Lockett's going to run on late as well for Frank Garrity. But good run from Tempered Steel, 144 and 2. Good. Excellent effort, and congratulations, as you mentioned, to Brian O'Connell and Night and Day Stable. Joanne Todd, nice purchase at the sale, and they've done very well with Tempered Steel.
2 BC Cup performances for her.
All right, on to the Saturday afternoon program. First race at 150, and the first race does have field of 5. $8,000 claimers to sprint 6.5. I'm going to the Real Cabo Chico. I think I pick this horse every time it's a run here.
Yes, you have.
I have yet to be rewarded. But we have a rider change here. We got Antonio Reyes, and maybe it's just not a Scotty Williams horse. Not every rider can suit every horse. It's funny, this horse just has easy leads and then just loses its focus, or I don't know what happened a couple of times. Just see that first run when it lost to Seminole Brave. That was an odd race.
Yeah, it looked like he was backing out on the turn, like he was going to run dead
he
last.
Came back on and
he starts running
almost
again.
won it.
Yeah.
But Cabo Chico gets a lot easier assignment here, I think, pace-wise, and I know it's 8,000, but this race came up with a lot of $5,000 and $4,000 horses in it.
Yeah.
So I like Cabo Chico. Put the 2-horse Mullover in for second. A couple of decent runs since coming to Hastings after campaigning at Woodbine for Terry Jordan. But this horse, I guess if the 1 doesn't win, this would be my second horse. And I put the 3, Lord Henry, off the claim for Taylor Anderson. Probably the best of the rest. Going to get blinkers. I think he can beat Raising Memo and Principe's Herbie for third. Might even be able to scare the top 2. Who knows? I went 1, 2, 3.
I got the same horses, although I see a fair bit of speed in here to go with Cabo Chico, with Lord Henry, with Principe's Herbie.
Right.
I think it's going to be a little crowded on the front end. I like Mullover to just sit in behind those, and I like that race last time. I think he needed the first race here. Then last time, that was a decent effort behind Joy of the Lord and Lookout Dubai, who went on to win for 15. So I think Mullover gets a nice tracking spot, and I think he'll win this. Cabo Chico, obviously a tough horse in here. He's your top pick. He's my second. And third spot, I have Lord Henry in the third spot too. I think Cabo Chico and Mullover are the 2 best horses in the race, and I put Lord Henry in the third spot over Raising Memo and Principe's Herbie. Same as you. I got 2, 1, and 3 in the first. On to the second, 2-year-old fillies, maiden optional, 30,000, going 3.5. Straight fillies, this one. And I've gone to the outside. She's All Stormy out of the William Levanaway barn. A nice run up to Grove Trotter. In her first race, just missed by 3/4 of a length. There's only a few of these fillies in here who've had a start, and of those that have had a start, hers was definitely the best. I like the post. She gets the outside post in a 3.5 race. Antonio Reyes has already ridden her. He knows her. She's my horse on top. The second spot I put Inroad out of Cindy Krasner barn. A decent run out first start. Just got beat by a couple lengths. I like the fact that she had a start. And in the third spot, another one who had a start was Clocks a Tickin', actually. I picked this horse last time. Was a disappointing performance, but came back with a decent work in 38 and 2. And Greg Tracy always does well with 2-year-olds. Enrique Gonzalez takes over. I got her in the third spot. I got 8, 2, and 3.
I agree with your top pick. She's All Stormy. I mean, it's probably it's going to be a short price favorite. Runner-up effort to Grove Trotter. Good time. Did everything right. As you mentioned, nice draw. I mean, this horse is live in this spot. This race didn't come up super tough for a maiden special. I put the 6-horse Elusive Lily, though, in the second spot for Jody Rawson. This horse had the rail and didn't get away well. Ducked in leaving the gate. It was just a tough debut run for Elusive Lily, and I think this is one that can rebound. Comeback works are very good. I think there's more there than what she showed that afternoon. And I put the 4-horse Avadiva for Robbie Anderson. The mare Fralina was quite nice. She's from a strong family. She's out of the dam Stelina. There's been quite a few nice horses from that female line, and I don't mind the works. 35 and change. Some pretty good moves there, and Robbie can have one ready to run well. And Keishan Balgoban has been riding a lot of his horses as well. So I put her in the third spot. I went 8, 6, and 4.
I just want to mention before we move on, the reason that Elusive Lily, the reason Scott Williams actually had the call on this horse. The reason he's not on Cabo Chico in the first, he is in Emerald Downs for the day.
Oh, yes, that's right, too.
Riding the Oaks for Jon Snow. So don't be scared if you don't see Scott Williams on a horse. That is why. Yeah,
good point. On to the third race, maiden 5,000 fillies and mares going a mile and a 16th. I'm going to go to the 4, Cheeky Cheetah. Kind of a rough go last time. Was far too close to a really quick pace. Then got in trouble and behind, then came and re-rallied. It was an oddly run race for Cheeky Cheetah. But I think she can get her revenge. I know she was 8 lengths behind Counterfeit LK, but I think she can get her revenge on that one. And I put the 3-horse Joe Lemiss in for third. Well, not a whole lot to discuss in this race. It's I think those are your 3 horses. Cheeky Cheetah's had the unfortunate trips, and hopefully a better one for her today.
Yeah. I got the same top two. I put Counterfeit LK on top. Those are the two, Counterfeit LK and Cheeky Cheetah.
Yeah.
I went with Counterfeit LK on top, Cheeky Cheetah in second. And third spot, I threw in Nana Mac, bit of a price horse. Only one start last year as a 2-year-old. Then got a start out this year. Maybe her second start this year, she can improve a little bit. It's not an overly tough race.
No, it's an easy 5. It's very soft.
So I got her in the third spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see her maybe make some noise in here under Robert Skelly. On to the fourth, 3-year-olds and up, 17.5, non-winners of 2. I have gone to the 7-horse, the mare in here, Catalia, filly I should say, she's only 4. The 17.5 non-2, non-3s have not been going for the fillies.
No.
It's been a while. Gary Sates, her conditioner, has obviously been frustrated with that, decided to run her against the boys. She finished just behind, only a length behind Saturday Night Ride last time. Saturday Night Ride came back to win a stake in Alberta. So I don't mind her at all, and she was in front of Vino Terra, a very nice mare in her own right. So I got Catalia on top in here, taking a girl against the boys. In the second spot, I put What a Sense of Humor out of the Pat Jarvis barn. Another one that's been waiting for this race to come up. It was entered back, had to scratch because it had a touch of the virus. The works all along have been quite good though, and you know, that minute and 1 work. I like what a sense of humor in here, under Aaron Grider. Just got beat a neck last time, was unlucky to lose, I felt that day. So I got him in the second spot. In the third spot, I put Monaghy, a horse that definitely figures to be tough in here. Was running in straight maidens most of his life, dropped into a maiden 30, and won the race. The only knock I see against Monaghy in here is it's short. And I think he's a horse that definitely wants to run long. That's why I got him in the third spot. I got 7, 1, and 5.
Yeah, I like Monaghy. I think the horse will be able to sprint at this level. I don't think at the non-2 allowance level he could sprint with certain horses. But for 17.5, this race didn't come up tough for speed or for ability. I think. I think this horse can be the boss in here, and I'll take Monaghy to win it. Put the 3 Timeless Storm off the claim in for second. Did lose for 8,000, but it was going long. And this horse can sprint. And I know the form's a little muddied up, but I know there's more talent there than what he's been showing. He, as I mentioned, was a pace cat, 3-way pace battle last time, and the closers beat him: Waylon Jack, Pat Squero, and I just thought he fought on well. He beat all the speed horses, and I thought he was worth a look in a barn change, and who knows? Strange things happen when you get to the front end of these races. And I put the 2-horse Deputies Command for third. Not a big fan of the horse of winning races, but for triactors, you usually need Deputies Command in there. He's always seemed to be hitting the board, usually in the second or third spot. But I went 5, 3, and 2. I'm sorry, I stayed away from your girl. On to the 5th race. Got some maiden allowance horses here, fillies, 2-year-olds, going 6.5 furlongs, and it's been a pretty impressive gal in the mornings. Number 3, Arabella's Muse. And it's not a shocker that this one would have some ability out of Champion Mare Excited Miss by Finality. This horse worked in 58 flat its last work, and that was huge.
Impressive.
And this horse has had a pile of good works, and she's going to need to be good. You got a horse like the 5, Battling Brook, who's pretty accomplished. She's stakes placed already. And that'll be interesting between those 2 horses. And I put the 10 Flatter You in for third. I know there's more there from the daughter of Flatter, but blinkers off certainly seemed to help last time. And but I just know it just seems like she's got more to give. She was working far too well to be running that poorly. But she's back in a maiden race, which is good. I think she could be the best of the balance. I like the 3 and the 5 though. Those are the top 2 horses for sure. And I think the 10's the best of the rest. 3, 5, 10.
I got the same horses. Arabella's Muse. Actually, I just want to mention Arabella's Muse was entered on BC Cup Day. There was 5 horses that had not run, so they did a draw to see who got left out, and she got left out. That's what they're very high on her. Obviously, the way she's been working, they got left out that day. Now she finds herself in a straight maiden race, and I think she's your winner. Battling Brook obviously is the logical next pick, and Flatter You. I don't think she got much out of that first race. Got a little more out of the next race. She seems to be progressing.
She was blinkers off and was a lot better without the blinkers.
Yeah, she gets Richard Hamill as obviously Frank Fuentes moves to your favorite, Arabella's Muse. I got 3, 5, and 10 in the 5th. On to the 6th race, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 17.5. We have a few that defected from the 25 on Friday night in here, being the Lasting Peace and Gambay. And I've gone with Gambay in here because I think there is a fair bit of speed. You have horses like Briardy County, a Lasting Peace, a Lasting Spice. There's 2 fillies in here, a Lasting Spice and Marcado. Step on the Gas wants to. I just see a lot of speed in here. It's going long. That's Gamby's move. So he wants to go long. He wants to make a run late. So I like Gamby in here. The second spot, I put a Lasting Peace. The horse has done very little wrong this year. He just seems to keep winning. He loses Frank Fuentes to a Lasting Spice. But Robert Skelly won on this horse up in the Similkameen Cup, the prestigious running of the Similkameen Cup, won by 7. So he knows the horse. He's a pretty cool horse. Always gives an honest effort, so I have him in the second spot. And I put Lasting Spice, the mare in here. The mare's races have had trouble going all year, and right now there isn't a mare's race going, which is why you see 2 end up in here. She's as honest as they come, always seems to be right there. I got her in the third spot. I got 5, 1, and 3.
Yeah, I like Ganby. I don't love the horse, but he's not a real win machine, but he's going to get, I think, a favorable pace scenario. He's getting down to a level where he should be very dangerous. He couldn't get to Talka's Charm routing last time, which I think sometimes he's a better sprinter. A lot of his better races have been at the 6.5 furlongs trip, and I'll try Ganby to win it. I put the 3-horse Lasting Spice, the mare, in for second. I can see her winning easily. This isn't a tough 17-5 at all. A lot of horses that are off form in here. I'm not saying a Lasting Peace is off form, but there's a lot in here that are just running okay. But Lasting Spice is in top form, but has a little bit of a break. And I put the 7-horse Stolen Otis in for third.
He's a guy who always seems to be running at the end.
The pace scenario was terrible for the horse last time. It had no shot. Didn't get away well, and I'm not going to give up on him. I think he's a horse that's going to be a decent price and might be able to get into your supers. And a Lasting Peace, amazing. This horse has won 7 races already this year.
Yeah.
A lot of horses haven't even run 7 times. This one's already visited the winner's circle 7 times between Phoenix, Hastings, and Princeton. So always got to respect that horse. But I do like the 5 Ganby. I think he's the class of the race. I went 5, 3, and 7. On to the 7th and final, maiden 5 granders, sprinting 6.5. I'm going to go to the 1, Mr. Mansky. Had the tough draw last time. I thought a decent debut run, and then this horse was entered and was obviously sick. Something it was scratched, and then came back about 5 weeks after its first run. Got hung out deep. Didn't have any favors done chasing those fast fractions, and nice to see Amadeo sticking with the horse. Good work in 48 and change since his last race, and I think he might be the speed in here. And I'm going to hope that Mr. Mansky, with the favorable move down to the inside, might be able to win at a bit of a price. I put the 7-horse No Time Groom in for second. Works are great, but still, I got to be a little leery. A 3-year-old making it start this late in the year with fast works running for 5,000. This horse will probably, I would guess, put on a show in the paddock, then go with the tack, or put it on a show at the gate. I mean, usually there's reasons why horses don't run. Have nice works. Like this horse has got 5/8 works 2 months ago that were good enough to get him in races. But obviously there's some quirks about him that are keeping him from running. But obviously he's got some ability though, so I'll put him in the top 3. And I put the 4-horse Pumpkin Moonshine, who's likely going to take a lot of money. I put him in the 3rd spot as he returns to 6.5 furlongs after an unsuccessful try at a mile on the tick.
I put No Time Groom on top just because these other horses have had a lot of chances. They're obviously not very, they're no world beaters in here. And a horse that's been working decent for a top outfit, top connections, I'll take a shot on No Time Groom, the first-time starter. And my 2nd and 3rd spot, I put 2 horses that ran good at maiden 5 level, then went long, and they both, just wasn't for them, was Pumpkin Moonshine and A Devil's Cause. Now they're back to sprinting, and I think that makes them much livelier in here. I got 7, 4, and 2. I got No Time Groom, Pumpkin Moonshine, and A Devil's Cause in the 3rd spot. 7, 4, and 2 for me in the nightcap. And that'll do it of our analysis for the Saturday, August 10th card. And up next will be our picks on screen here. Get the slates up. There we go. Mike is first as always.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 1, Cabo Chico, 1, 2, 3 for me. Hopefully it's that easy. In race number 2, I went to the 8, She's All Stormy, 8, 6, and 4. Race number 3, I went to the 4, Cheeky Cheeto over the 1 and 3. Race number 4, the 5, Monaghy over the 3 and 2. Race number 5, the 3, Arabella's Muse, maybe to knock off the 5, Battling Brook, 3, 5, and 10. Race number 6, the 5, Ganby over the 3 and 7. And in the 7th and final on the Saturday afternoon program, I'm going to take the 1, Mr. Mansky, 174.
And up next will be my picks. There we go. In the first race, I went to the 2, Mullover over the 1 and the 3. In the second, I went to the 8, She's All Stormy over the 2 and the 3. In the third, I went to the 1, Counterfeit LK over the 4 and the 6. In the fourth, I went to the girl, number 7, Catalia over the 1 and the 5. In the fifth, I went to the 3, Arabella's Muse. Interesting to see, excited to see how this girl runs.
Yes, excited miss, like I said, champion mare. And this one's obviously, apparently looks just like her. Really stocky, good-looking chestnut that got some run.
3, 5, and 10. In the 6th, I went to the 5, Gamby, over the 1 and the 3. And in the nightcap, I went to the 7. 7th race, I went to lucky number 7, No Time Groom, over the 4 and the 2.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to this edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. Once again, if you can't make it out to Hastings Racecourse and you're in the South Surrey, White Rock area,
in the valley,
get down here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Great service here, great food, and lots of televisions, a nice air-conditioned place. You even got the patio open outside if you want to sit outside with the great weather. But lots of television showing Hastings and all. Del Mar, Saratoga, you got every track you ever want to watch. Northlands Park, got lots of interest in Emerald Downs this weekend as well. So should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I should notice they have the Oaks running on Saturday and the Derby running on Sunday.
So, best wishes to John Snow, who has Daydream in the Washington Oaks with Scott, as you mentioned, Scott Williams. That's today on the Saturday program at Emerald Downs. Once again, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.